Let's go ahead and try this again. I'm gonna skip everything I found the first time. Yeah, there's the trap gauntlet. There's the trap gauntlet. Just to save time because of that disconnect. Good thing. Thanks, Lab. Yeah, internet's fun. Internet is fun. Showing my ear was too saucy and it crashed the stream. Oh, it was in this room. There is... Dark Shrine in here? Was that right? Okay, there's a Dark Shrine here. I remember this definitely. No, this was the Escort Gauntlet, that's right. And there's a Dark Shrine in this side room as well. Wait, no, that's the wrong button. There you go. There's a Dark Shrine here. Okay. Oh, man. That was unfortunate. Yeah, I've been doing well. I'm suffering some major Path of Exile burnout though. So, while I've been doing lab, I haven't been playing too much PoE. I've just been hopping around from game to game to see if there's anything I feel like sticking to at some point. Did a bit of Warframe. What else did I do a bit of? Played a bit of Theory on the stream. I recently finished a game called Battleship Brigade, and that was fun. It was basically, it felt like I was just... That game is... It essentially feels like... Imagine... How do I explain it? Essentially a food TV show if it was an anime. The whole story of Battleship Brigade is a world is overrun by monsters. And the people have decided, oh, what's the best way to deal with these monsters? Train a bunch of chefs to fight them, kill the monsters, and then cook them on a cooking show. In a cooking competition. And it turned out to be a very, very fun game. It's a match 3 game. So it's like essentially a puzzle game. But then there's also action platforming, or hack and slash platforming, and it mixed the two very well. And it was a very nice theme to it. Okay, now I'm back to where I was. Jeez. That's the key. Is it theoretically possible to get everything along the main path in the 6-room lab? Well, let's see. So there are 4 Gauntlets, Impulses, and 4 Dark Shrines, so that's 8 points of interest needed immediately. Argus is another point of interest, so that makes 9 points of interest. A 6-room lab, which is 2 rooms. Azaro 2 rooms, Azaro 2 rooms. A 6-room lab has a total of 12 points of interest. And thinking off the top of my head, I think there are enough 2-room sections where there is nothing along... Ooh. There are enough 2-room sections... There are enough versions of 2-room sections that could warrant a total of 12 points of interest, so I think it would be theoretically possible to have a 6-room lab where everything is along the main path. Excluding Silver Door stuff. Excluding Silver Door stuff. Good evening, Nico. Oh, come on. Leap past her. Did that ever happen to me while I did the lab notes? Like, have I ever had, like, an amazing lab like that? Is that what you're saying? Hold on. Okay. I don't think I've ever ran into a lab that good. I don't know, I can't... I think the best thing I've had is everything along a 7-room path. We can go through the archives. I have all 500 plus Uber labs, pretty much. I have nearly every single Uber Lab notes ever done saved. So if we really wanted to, we could go back through the archives. They're just on my local PC. Oh, double fizz damage. I mean, Juggernauts will be fine. Just have to deal with the waiting phase, that's it. Okay, the last thing I need to find is... what? Last thing I need to find is the puzzle. So it doesn't necessarily matter that this area is a split path, since there's only one object left. Yeah, unfortunately we can't really, like, have an archive of the images on Pee-wee Lab because that would take up a lot of server space. Hey, there's the switch puzzle. Okay, that is everything in today's lab, so let's go ahead and just speed through the rest of this lab. Looks like a perfect key lab. Going off memory, yes, all the key stuff is along the main path. And today's lab is a bit shorter than yesterday's, so that's even better. Alright. And this is Blade Sentries. And hey, I hit this. Okay, hold on 1 second. I need to see if I want... if this... okay, no, this is not. The analyzer is a little messed up. Give me a moment to fix it. Okay. Apart from being burned up here, we think I'll run this lab. Yeah, I might do a little bit of temple farming after this lab. Might just do a little bit of temple farming for the hell of it. I guess it depends on how I feel. Burnt out, you got 2,900 hours to play right now, and you start back in Harbinger. Do I want to bring up my Steam? I feel bad. It's gonna make me feel like a terrible human being bringing up my Steam account. But either way, let me go ahead and start with these lab notes.